hot this season, and I'm serving every last drop. If she wants to survive in this social circle, she better learn to fall in line.
This season, I'm coming for everything. I want it all.
Skye Squad, we are back in the building, and we got to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta super trailer that was just released via Love B. Scott exclusively. Can I just tell y'all what that means? Just on the strength of it being a show featuring a black cast, okay, being exclusively released by a black media network, okay? Like, that's just, I mean, it just makes sense, right? It just makes sense. It's so good. It's so good. So we're going to be reviewing the photos, the new cast photos, the individual photos. We're going to talk about what the press release reads, and we're going to show a couple of clips that's about, all we can really do. And we're going to dive into some discussion, and we're going to dive right in. Okay. We're going to dive right in. Can we start with the visual, baby? Can we start with this visual? All right. All right. It gave what it had to give. It gave what it needed to give. It gave, it's feeling like a little disco-ish, if y'all feel what I'm saying. It's giving me some 70s glam on it. It's giving me some 70s stank on it. You know what I'm saying? A little stankonia, if you know what I mean. And by stankonia, for those of you guys who don't know, the legendary Outkast album, okay, it's giving me stankonia. It's just stanking good, okay? Stanking good. Filthy good, okay? That's how I'm feeling on it. I love it. I love it down to the ground. I was hoping that we would get 7 peach holders, but we didn't, okay? It's ain't it giving Soul Train? It's giving Soul Train realness, okay? Soul Train realness, and I'm all the way here for it. Yes, color and life. Yes, come on now. It's giving solid gold, baby. Giving solid gold. So before we get into the individuals, right? Let's also get into the press release, all right? And again, this is an exclusive via Love B. Scott. The link is in the description down below. So let's get into it. We're going to also go into some familiar faces that we have coming up, all right? Now, let's give you guys also a look at the opening title shot, which is also given, I don't know, for me, this is giving goddess glam right here, okay? I'm feeling like it's giving some goddess glam on it. They didn't heavily filter it, which I don't necessarily like. I don't like whatever this light haze over them is. I guess it kind of goes with the theme, but I'm here for it because it's new. Oh, you know what it is? That's what it is. We in heaven, baby. We are in heaven. It's the shimmer. Okay. Y'all making me rethink it now. Y'all giving me a new lens by which to understand the photo. And y'all know I'm colorblind anyway, but it is hazy. Okay. Hey, heaven. Yes. All the ladies look good. All right. Everybody's giving, I think. So let's get into what the press release reads via Love B. Scott. All right. Things kick off with Marlo versus Drew. All right. No. That's not where things start in the trailer with the ladies relaxing and taking a sound bath And it's, you know what? I don't even want to get into that right now. I want to get into these individual shots. Can we do that real quick? Can we get into the individuals real quick? Let's do that first. All right, Marlo in this pose right here. I'm loving it. I mean, you guys rated on a scale of 1 to 10. What you give it? It's I don't know why I'm feeling like Egyptian goddess right here, but that's just how I feel about it. I feel like it's giving Egyptian goddess vibes. That's just me. Egyptian goddess vibes. Rate it out in the comment section down below. I can't think of my rating right now, so I'm gonna give it maybe a 9. It's something about her pose, the regalness about it that I feel like is given. Kenya Moore, I mean, what can we say, baby? What can you really say? It's like a 10 for me because it's typical Kenya. I feel like the dress, the hair, this is Kenya Moore in her element. I give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, she knows what her look is. Kandi, we giving some, you know what this made me think about, and I probably get in trouble for saying this. Y'all know how on the SWV and Escape show, Kandi said that Latasha is treating them like the Supremes, okay? And Latasha was Diana Ross. Well, Kandi is having her Diana Ross moment right here, right now, okay? She's having that Diana Ross moment right here, right now. It's a whole lot of hair. It's a whole lot of hair going on, okay? All right, so Drew, I'm a little torn on what that hand down here is trying to do. I'm here for the pose, but what is that hand doing down by the side of her waist? Where is it going? It feels like she's standing holding a crutch or something, and they cut out the crutch. Okay, they photoshopped out the crutch or something. I don't know, but overall, I think that Drew looks great here. She looks great. Yeah, it's like they took the stool out that she was leaning against. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, was that was the best one y'all could find? Okay, we got Sanya Richards-Ross. Now, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you guys. Sanya, to me, I haven't felt like she fits in on this show quite just yet. I feel like Sanya, I mean, I like her, but I don't know if I like her for Housewives. And I just gotta be honest with you guys. She looks great. She is amazing looking in general. The dress is, I mean, it's given glamazon, but there's something about her that doesn't seem to fit on this particular show. I could be just, yeah, that's just my feeling. I got to give it to you. But she looked good. Oh, and we got the original, the OG bone collector of them all. Sheree with the ponytail that is reaching down to her tail. Okay. She looks good. I see they have given her those, what y'all call it? Y'all called it one day, y'all called it the winding roads through the mountains. They gave her the winding roads through the mountains of baby hair. Okay. But you know, Sheree is gorgeous no matter how you frame her. So she's posed well, and that ponytail down to the tail is working for me. Okay, it's working for me. All right, so let's get to the friends of the show. All right, we have Monyetta Shaw, who, I mean, always looks gorgeous. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really go wrong with a great canvas like this. It seems like she's becoming more and more really integrated into the cast, hooking Kenya Moore up with a new man. You know, she's having a moment with somebody in the trailer. Okay. She looks good here. Then we have Courtney. I feel like this dress is given definitely 70s glam. I feel like we could have done something a little more. She looks great though. but I wanted something a little more pow a little, I don't know, but she still looks great. Still looks great. And of course, we of course, of course, we had to include our other non-friend to the show, okay? In an ensemble that we have seen before, okay, on his own show. But since Martell makes such an impact in the trailer, okay, I had to include him in on the cast photographs. It's only right, all right? It is only right that we include Martell here with the rest of the gang, okay? So there we have it. All the friends to the show, the cast, and let's get into what is given in the trailer. Okay. Now, all right. This was y'all know I ain't got no kind of sense. Okay. And that's why I did this trailer like this. Woo! Okay, so let's get into it. So in the trailer, all right, we're gonna go through a couple of things. All right. Um so to start the trailer off, the ladies are, having a sound bath. And we get these moments with a couple of the ladies storming, or this is actually a moment between Kenya and Sheree, which looks to be the same event that we get Kenya versus Martell. Okay. And what we had heard was definitely true. All right. What we had heard was definitely true. All right. Kenya is going the slam off on Martell. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Going slam off. And so we get a confrontation that looks like it's occurring in the aftermath of that right here. And we get a couple of the ladies storming out of what appears to be like a little group session. Kenya Moore talking about how, she is going to have custody of her daughter. All right. And then we get a big argument right here between Kandi and Marlo, because Marlo tells Kandi, go ahead and get the crying. Okay. And so Kandi says, the only reason I'm crying right now is because I can't choke your ass, bitch. Okay. And again, this is just all in the first 30 seconds. All right. So we continue on. You see the argumentation between the two of them. And for those of you guys who are new here, I must narrate it because I cannot play it on these YouTube streets, okay? Because I know somebody's going to come back and say something afterwards, and I don't even feel like having to explain it in the comments. So I'm going to explain it to you here, and if you don't get it, I'm sorry. All right, so let's continue on. So Kandi's going off. We got the girls are still in the sound bath. All right. Then we get the intro. The intro, I will say, it does. I was about to say it looks a little less hazy here, but it don't. Okay. It's still giving me the haze. All right. So we get Marlo in Monty mode, and we also get Marlo on the phone. And I don't know if she's talking about Drew, but she definitely says that Drew is a deranged, bad-bodied actress. Now, I don't know why these ladies keep coming after Drew and her body. They know she is trying to drop it with Drew, and she is trying her hardest to drop the pounds, which I just feel like, you ain't, everybody, listen, I mean, didn't Marlo have the surgery or something like that? And so I feel like if you didn't had the surgery allegedly, let me put this down here. Okay. Let me put the banner up because I don't know if it was confirmed or not. But I feel like if you didn't had a little tuck here, a tuck there, here, tuck everywhere, tuck. I mean, I just kind of feel like you should never be calling another woman bad bodied. Okay? Because Drew has also had several children. And she's told us that she has had some issues that are internal, okay, that she has also had to have taken care of. So I think it's just like, let's give, you know, the women's bodies a break. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, people's bodies in general a break. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I ain't trying to be judgy, Judge Judy. But I mean, it's like, it's a lazy read to me at this point. That's just me. And you see Drew here dropping it with Ralph looking on in the background, um, likely waiting for the opportunity to file for divorce. So we see that. And so that's when you see Marlo calling her a bad body actress. You see Marlo in Muncie mode here, and Marlo here is trying to slam the door on somebody, which I think may be Drew. And she's asking about if she's changed or not in this confessional, which I feel like Marlo does look great in this confessional right here. All right. So this apparently is the gentleman, all right, make it bigger for you, that Monyetta is introducing to Kenya. All right. So it appears to be that this will be somebody that Kenya is going to be dating on this season, which is good to see. It's always good to see the people when they dating somebody, right? They like that on these shows for some reason. I don't know what group event this is, but they keep flashing. Apparently, a lot happens at this group event right here. Um, you know, Marlo says that she too has dated this man. Okay, that Kenya. This is the moment right here. Marlo says that she too has dated this man in question, right? Marlo says she too dated this man and he had poppeth her cherry. Okay, that's what she say. So now we got Kenya and Marlo having dated the same man allegedly. Oh, so we got the scenes with Martell and Sheree, and Sheree is talking about taking their relationship to the OnlyFans. Well, you know what? I say why not? Why not? Um, it I still don't know if I believe this relationship or not, but who cares? Okay. If y'all can find a way to make an extra coin with it, he got the body, you got the body, y'all could body yada yada together on the OnlyFans and make a coin. All right. I say, why not? All right. Now, with Black China off the OnlyFans market, now Sheree is the time to strike. Okay. Because there is a clear opening in the OnlyFans lane for somebody new to take over the Black China spot. Okay. And so there we go. I have solved all the problems. All right. Y'all can call me Sherlock Homeboy because I'm always on the case. All right. Meanwhile, at this point, we get Kenya and Sheree. I guess this is in the aftermath of Kenya versus Martell, where Kenya is trying to school Sheree like, girl, it should be bros before hoes. We the bros, okay, in this situation. All right. And so she's trying to school Sheree on that. I don't know if Sheree gonna get it. Here is Sonya and her family. Ralph wants all these people to move out their house. And for real, depending on how big the house is, I don't blame him. Now, if the house small, fine. You got to go. But if the house is not small, then okay, y'all stay over in the in-law suite all day, and so I ain't got to see y'all all the time. Because I'm sure it's got to be a wear and tear on your mental sanity if you have the whole parental unit, you got the parents, the sister, children, and all these excess people. I hope these excess people are helping paying some of this excess rents. Okay. Because for real, you guys to go if you stay in longer than, and y'all know what longer than a weekend is is really long. Okay. So when you start staying weeks upon months upon years, I'm gonna need you to, okay, I understand it. So that's a Caribbean thing to do. We take care of our older parents. I agree if they need taken care of. There are plenty of ways to take care of your older parents, right? And just because it works for her family doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for him. Because I'm going to tell you, when you have anybody extra in your home space for a very long time, we can say that's what we do. But the end result is really, it can take a toll on the household. And listen, whether it's a cultural thing or not, that is the reality. It can take a toll on a person, especially if the house is not big enough. Okay. Especially if you now are also taking care of their finances, which we don't know, and we don't know how much they contribute to the household. So I just feel like I do understand. I do understand the idea of, and I think it's great. But we also got to talk about the reality of the mental toll that it can take specifically on the other spouse. That's all I'm saying is let's have a real moment, right? I think it's the great thing to do. It's a noble thing to do. But I also feel like, what about if we have like them stay in the guest house? That's a thing. Build a nice little guest house. All right. Have yourself a little family compound if you can. Okay. You know, if he got the businesses down to the Austin, okay, so we the coins are clearly rolling in. So let's put the family in an adjoining house, okay, so that everybody can have their own space. Let's build a community. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think could happen. But I do think it's just realistic to think that at a certain point in time, I can understand how he feels. But, you know, you guys can watch the trailer in the description of this video. It is already there via Love B Scott. Okay. Also, yes, thank you. Hit that like button, please, baby. Hit the like button, please. It does help the algorithm. All right. And so Sanya's, you know, she's talking about, you know, what it feels like, how they may not all be always able to live together like this. All right, we still at this sound bath. They're using this sound bath as the overarching theme for this trailer. They've been doing that a lot with trailers lately, is using some moment as like a sort of theme to make the trailer something. I don't know. So we get Ralph and Drew in a this red flag alert, flag on the play. We have Drew and Ralph in therapy. We are told here that Ralph is no longer sleeping in the same bedroom as Drew. This is a red flag, okay? Because I personally think that when you start sleeping in another bedroom, you do lose a level of intimacy with your partner. Now, that's just my belief. Okay. Y'all can tell me what y'all believe, but I do think that you must sleep in the same bed together. Unless your partner snores and you can't sleep. um they got the sleep apnea, you cannot sleep. They loud when they snore or something like that. I just think that when you move into different bedroom spaces, because intimacy is not just sexual. It's not. It's also the closeness and proximity, the touch, the just level of enmeshment that you have with your partner. And so when you start sleeping in a separate bedroom, you do lose a piece of that. And I also think that when you are forced to go to bed with somebody that you are angry with, that intimacy is something that physical like closeness and proximity, it can help sometimes ease and heal some of those hurt feelings depending on how bad the argumentation was. Okay, so that's I just firmly believe that whether it is marriage or just a simple romantic relationship, if you are trying to build something that goes the distance, that's what I believe personally. Ooh, now this is a good question. What if y'all don't like the same temperature when y'all sleep? Fine. You might have to put a fan on one side of the bed. I understand this all too well, okay? There are beds now that you can also get that can cool one side of the bed and heat up the other side of the bed so that you can have what you need in terms of your temperature as well. All right? Yes, that would be like, no, 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 no. We are sleeping together. Okay. You could be angry or not, but you're gonna sleep in this bed. Okay. All right. So he also this man also tells the therapist who hasn't talked about divorce. Okay. Hey, new member forever, Miss Miller. We appreciate you around these parts. Thank you and welcome to the squad. Welcome to the fam. Um, I think, Shayna, it's all about communication with your partner and what you need. Okay. Um, for menopause, I think that this also could be something that you talk about in therapy with your partner. You know what I'm saying? But it is about communicating, hey, I need this. How do we compromise? Make it work. Find a way to make it work. That sleep number bed is the key. Okay. It's the key. BH, no, we're going to talk about the topics for as long as we need to talk about them because there are people in the chat who have questions. I'm sorry that this is not Burger King. Everybody can't have it their way because we want to make sure that we address the members and the people that have spent their time to taking out time from their day to come spend it with us. So we have to have a little bit of discussion about what people want to talk about. So let's be open to hearing people's questions and what their commentary is. That is the purpose that we do this live. This is not a drive-by. This is not a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. This is nice and slow, okay? We're going to do it nice and easy. When I do the other videos, you get it fast and rough. But right now, we're going to do it nice and easy, all right? Okay. Meanwhile, all right, so we got that going on. So Drew is looking shocked about the divorce talk. We're gonna come back to Drew. Here we have Kandi having to discuss her cousin getting shot in the restaurant. All right, you guys may recall that story. All right, so she's going to address that, and you know, Sheree, according to the headlines, says in her confessional, when you go to old lady gang, you don't know if you're going to get biscuits or bullets. First of all, you can always count on Sheree for a shady moment, baby. you can count on Sheree for that shady moment. Okay? Always. And so you'll hear Kandi talk more about it to what appears to be Sheree here. So the ladies toast to going on a trip with Sheree to Portugal, which Kenya will later confuse with Spain. Okay. Um, all the ladies are going, including the friends. And so we get bits and pieces of the Portugal trip here. And so then we have a Kenya Moore hair care commercial, it appears, and an appearance from Cynthia Bailey. You guys may recall the last we saw of Kenya and Cynthia, they were on the outs during their time on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 1, but now it looks like Cynthia is back and they are in a good space. But not only is Cynthia back, you have Sheree having dinner with Kim Zolciak, with Lisa Wu, and with guess who else? Deshaun Snow. You're getting a lot of OGs back on this show this season. I like these appearances because they remind us of the good old days. You have Marlo dating someone as well. So not only does Kenya got a man at home, but now it looks like Marlo's got a man at home. And oh my God, he reveals that he too has been away to the summer camp, if you know what I mean, to the been arrested before. Okay. According to him. And when he says that it is love at first jail mention or something, I don't know. Whatever the case is, you know, I don't shame nobody for doing their time. I really don't. Because everybody got a family member or something. We know somebody that has had to do some time. And so I feel like once you serve your time, you have done your sentence for whatever you did. And now we are moving on. Okay. Ain't no shame in it. And don't let nobody shame you for it. We done all messed up in our past. Okay. So Kenya Moore falls. I don't know if this is some event, but you know, and as a result, that same dinner from earlier. You had Sanya telling Kenya, well, girl, I didn't know if your booty was real or not. Now, I don't know where that came from, if Kenya Moore blamed her for the fall or what, but I don't know. Toya says, why don't Sheree have a workout video? She needs to revamp her market. Well, maybe she gonna put maybe she gonna put those workouts on OnlyFans. Think about it. It could be the way to go. All right. So at this point, you see the real argument between Kenya and Martell, and you see Kenya having to be pulled away by Todd and Sheree standing in between the two of them. All right. So we see that happening. And then we got somebody telling Kandi she brings the hood to the place. And Candy's like, I'm only hood because if I need to get with you, if I need to get you together. But in this moment right here, we will see also Marlo, I guess, kicking in Kenya's door and Kenya yelling out at her. Okay, so we got that happening. And right here, baby, is I think the first event of the season where Kandi tells newbie Courtney that she is going to headbutt her. Now, first of all, y'all done worked Kandi's nerves this past year. Y'all have put Kandi to work, and Kandi is activated, okay? I ain't ever heard in my life Kandi tell somebody she was going to headbutt them. But oh, yes, she does. Oh, yes, she does. Kandi, right, Toya, Kandi is sick of us. Kandi is sick of us. And Kandi said, you know what? Not today. All right. Um they are putting Kandi to the work. The link is in the description down below. It's already in the description of the video, bang. All right. So we get that going on. And then you got Manetta calling out somebody else in the trailer. So Manetta getting into it, which if you guys have seen Manetta's YouTube page, she does have a YouTube page. She does say on her YouTube page that she did get into it with somebody. So then we got, of course, all the headlines about Drew and Ralph and their divorce. All right. So that's right at the end. And you see people on the phone having conversations about it. And you see Drew here in a confessional, and the producer asks, "Are you ready to talk about Ralph?" Okay. Are you ready to talk about Ralph? Tish P said, "Y'all are shadier than any housewife could be." Listen, y'all deliver on the shade. Okay. Y'all deliver on the shade. So we are going to be getting Drew doing some talking, especially since she don't want to do no talking with these divorce papers and she want them sealed. But y'all already been talking, so now we want to hear you talk some more and tell us what's really going on. And so for those of you guys who may be wondering, well, Richie, when are we going to get all this action happening? Well, just to let you know, you will not have to wait long, okay? Because the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 will premiere on May the 7th at 8 p.m. on Bravo. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, that is a Sunday. So let me tell you what that means. So that means if today's the 30th, all right, we got 2 more episodes of SWV and Escape. So that means that we got SWV and Escape on April 2nd and the 9th. That'll be the season finale. So we got literally 3 weeks off of Sundays with nothing on. I don't know what we're going to do. Okay? Right, Toya, we're going to need something after Queens of R&B goes off. So for 3 weeks, we got 3 Sundays off. And then we'll dive right into this. Now, immediately following Real Housewives of Atlanta, let me show you something else before we go. We have another new show coming to Bravo. All right. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. All right. So we have Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. Now, for those of you guys who are not familiar with Summer House, I really don't watch that show, but I might be watching this one because it's basically Summer House with a bunch of black folks. Okay? A Summer House with a bunch of black folk. So Bravo said Sunday nights, I'm gonna need y'all black folks in the house, okay? Because we got something for y'all. So that's what we'll be getting immediately following the new season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You will be getting Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. All about those comments says slightly off topic. Queens of R&B needs a reunion. I 100% agree, but unfortunately, I think that the only people that would show up to that reunion would be Kandi, Tiny, and Tamika. Okay, they would be the only ones in the clubhouse because SWV and don't want nothing to do with it, and Latasha is busy building her gospel career. Okay, now I don't know how she gonna do that after all those receipts Latasha done released. I mean, Tamika done released, but I mean, what can we say? All right. What can we say? Sweet Cherry says, always love your commentary. Thanks for the laughs. No, thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and tapping in and just walking with us through all of this. I know it could be a lot. We get a little off topic sometimes, so we got to talk about these things. That's the whole point of going live, so we can actually have conversation and dialogue, and it doesn't feel like a drive-by. Okay. So with that being said, all right. Y'all know I love y'all. Okay. Be sure to tune in to the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Click the link down in the description of this video. Go to lovebscott.com and you guys can watch the full trailer for yourself. Denise, thank you for that super trailer. Okay. Now I need to go back and finish watching the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip episode 4, which is now available via Peacocks. Okay. And with that, I will catch you all in the next video. So I'm Richie Skye, the author and publisher of The Wickedest Wives, Desiree's Desire, which is book 1 in a series. This book is about redemption. It's the story of a disgraced journalist who has lost everything. And now she has to rebuild her life brick by brick. And what better way to do that than to join a reality TV show? Why not? Now, not only are we talking reality TV, so you know there's gonna be scandal, you know there's gonna be a little bit of deception, backstabbing, a little romance, and why not throw in a sprinkle of murder to really round out the excitement? So I really want you guys to dive headfirst into these books. Desiree's Desire is just the first of many to come. So I'm super excited for you guys to read this, and I want to know exactly what you think. So be sure to follow, like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.